Nightmare for Putin, Boris in bid to strike breakthrough deal with Saudis to pump more oil. Ministers have defended Britain's close ties with Saudi Arabia as Boris Johnson prepares to broker a deal to help keep petrol prices down amid a mounting energy crisis. The Prime Minister is expected to meet controversial Saudi leader Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman during a visit to the Gulf state in the coming days. Although Downing Street would not confirm the Prime Minister's likely trip to Riyadh, the Premier is facing calls from Tory MPs to urge the Saudis to release more oil. The invasion of Ukraine by the Kremlin has put more pressure on energy costs as the West tries to wean itself off supplies of Russian oil and gas. The pressure is also on to find a way of reducing crippling fuel pump prices, which are rising at their fastest rate in 13 years, reaching record levels. Mr. Johnson met with leaders of the offshore oil and gas industry yesterday in an attempt to tackle the crisis head-on. And the PM has promised to unveil a radical new energy strategy this month to ensure the UK can meet its domestic needs from a mix of renewables and nuclear power. This could also include turning back to coal despite promises to phase it out to reduce the UK's reliance on the dirty fuel. Officials are talking to EDF, the French energy giant, to see if it could keep the West Burton plant in Nottinghamshire going. Fracking is another option that could be considered, with Downing Street insisting that nothing is off the table. But any diplomatic mission by Mr. Johnson to Saudi Arabia would risk being seen as highly controversial because of the country's human rights record. Sajid Javid said the UK was always very candid and frank about human rights concerns. The Health Secretary insisted that it was important to have a longer-term economic relationship amid soaring pump prices and household bills. The Prime Minister's official spokesman said, he is currently hosting leaders of the UK's offshore oil and gas industry this morning to discuss the UK's energy security and investment in the North Sea. Prince Salman has been repeatedly criticised for human rights abuses. Over the weekend, the country's state-run Saudi press agency announced the executions of 81 people convicted of a variety of crimes, marking the largest mass execution conducted there in recent memory. The government will be discussing a range of issues with Saudi Arabia, Downing Street said.